You're probably familiar with the story of Mexico Jenny, right? So that's just what I'm calling her. I don't know if that name's going to take off, but she is a woman who was a pro-Trump rioter and ended up going into the Capitol building, into Nancy Pelosi's office, and getting arrested for it. And she had recently made news because she was begging a judge to let her go on a pre-planned vacation in Mexico. And now, I mean, again, I reported on that she had asked for that. We don't know if her request has been granted yet. But by judging by the way that the story is going to go, well, she is beginning to find out that there is some consequences to her actions. I know. Who would have known? So now, this is from a newly unsealed grand jury indictment. Prosecutors are charging MAGA rioter Jenny Cudd of Midland, Texas, with corruptly obstructing an official proceeding of Congress, entering and remaining in a restricted building, committing disorderly or disruptive conduct in a restricted building, committing disorderly conduct in a Capitol building, parading, demonstrated, or picketing in a Capitol building. So Cudd was first arrested by authorities 1 week after the January 6 riots at the United States Capitol building, after she, of course, bragged in a Facebook Live video. Yes, so the first thing that you do when you do crime is, when you're a white conservative, is you immediately go to Facebook and brag about it. Like, oh man, look at all the crime I did. Well, I'm so proud of said crime. When I broke into the Capitol building, look at all the crime I've done. And then later on, they're surprised when they get picked up for crime. Of course, right? Of course. So, yeah. Not only, again, did she do all the crime, but she openly bragged about it. And the reason here that I keep going back to that is because just look at the amount of privilege that it's just absolutely astounding. And she thought that she should be able to take a pre-planned and paid for vacation, weekend retreat with her employees in Mexico, in another country. Now, if anybody thinks, oh, well, come on, there's what could be wrong with that? Flight risk. I mean, seriously, if you're stupid enough to attempt an insurrection in your own country, to put in a wannabe authoritarian back into power, then you're probably not exactly loyal to at least what I would consider to be America. And so, would it be entirely out of character for said person to decide, I really don't feel like facing consequences in a country whose leader I don't think is a legitimate leader of this country, which to her would be Joe Biden. And since, he's not my president, she would, I'm guessing that this would be a situation where she could jump bail. She wouldn't be the first one. One of the newer stories that has also come out is that the Kenosha killer, Kyle Rittenhouse, has also himself jumped bail. They don't know where he is. He was out on $2 million bond. And then they went in to check on him. And the whole, a new person is living where he was living. And he moved right out. He's gone. Kyle Rittenhouse is gone. And this, again, is somebody who, it's not all surprising to see that. After this had happened, after he had shot 2 people, he went home. He just went home. And then, big surprise, now he's gone. Can't find him. Privilege, right? The amount of privilege that these people have is astounding. This white, right-wing privilege, that's what it is. And this story is the same thing. Even though she even thought that she would, be allowed to take this trip to Mexico, and that they would trust her to come back. No, I don't trust this woman as far as I could throw her. All right, this is ridiculous. No, you ain't going to Mexico, lady. I think you should be going to jail because you're an insurrectionist. This shouldn't be difficult. This should not be difficult. This shouldn't be a hard concept. I mean, again, the black person that was there, I reported on this yesterday. He showed up, he did crime, he's in jail, no bail, none. No, he is ineligible. He ain't going nowhere. But this lady, she's got the gall to ask, hey, mind if I go to Mexico? You know, drink some margaritas or margaritas on the beach, and, you know, have a little fun with my friends, and then maybe I'll come back to, you know, face justice for the crime that I did. And now, Cudd isn't the only person who has asked for weird requests, who have done crime. You also had the QAnon shaman guy, Jacob Chansley. You know, the guy with the horns and the fur. He also made a request for organic food, which, by the way, he was approved for organic food. In fact, U.S. District Judge Royce Lamberth said during a hastily convened hearing Wednesday that the Bureau of Prisons should abide by Jacob Chansley's religious dietary restrictions. Apparently, he is a literal shaman. I did not know that. I just thought they called him the Q shaman just because of the way he dressed. Apparently, the guy's a real shaman. So I didn't know that. All right. That's, wow. He's going to cast chain lightning or something? Is that what's happening? I didn't see any of that. Or put, I know, I'm talking about World of Warcraft. I'm being nerdy, okay? I'm being nerdy. Anyway, so Chansley, who also goes by Jake and Jelly, practices shamanism and believes that non-organic food, which contains unnatural chemicals, wait till you find out what's in anything, unnatural chemicals, would act as an object intrusion onto his body and cause serious illness if he were to eat it, according to an emergency motion filed by his lawyer. I don't know, like, maybe I'm a dick for saying this, but, you know, maybe he should have thought about his special dietary requirements before he thought about invading the Capitol and trying to overthrow the government in favor of a wannabe fascist dictator. Just saying. You know, same with this lady, by the way. I mean, you want to go in your fancy retreat? Fine. Don't go storming the Capitol building first. Maybe that's not a good idea. It's almost as if, you know, the things that you do have consequences. And maybe you're starting to realize said consequences. What a concept, right? As I said before, it's a situation that if you F around, you're going to find out. Now, for Chansley's real sorry about this now. Well, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do this. And so he's doing his defense where he's like, Trump told me to do it. Donald Trump told me to do it. I am ready to testify against Donald Trump. And maybe, of course, that's why they're like, hey, yeah, let him have his organic food. We've got what we want from him. He's going to go and he's going to testify against Donald Trump. Fantastic. But with Cudd, she is not sorry about her actions. No. She's very proud of her actions. She is very proud that she did this. And so I'm hoping that she does not get any special preferences or permission. I mean, literally asking to leave the country. Again, the thing that I keep getting back to is the audacity of the entire thing. All right. How did these people think that they're going to get away with this? How did they? And I thought about it, a bit, and I realized that I think they actually did think that they were going to get away with it. They believed that they would win, and that what they did, their actions, would have made them heroes. I mean, again, this is part of the alternative reality, filled with alternative facts, that the right wing has set up among their viewers and among their followers. In that reality, it is Donald Trump that is a hero. He is fighting the pedo cabal and the baby killers and the Democrats. And the people really love him, but it's only the deep state that's against him. And it's the deep state that's keeping everybody down, right? And if they do this, then America's going to stand up, and they're going to stand up for their rightful president. And that's what's going to happen. Except that it's not going to happen. It's all fake. And by the way, this has been 4 years of, arguably more, of nonstop propaganda. But the last 4 years, they've propped up Donald Trump as this sort of messianic figure, right? I mean, to them, he is literal orange Jesus. This is why, to some, when they didn't get the pardon from Trump, ended up being shattered and shocked and surprised and like, oh my God, wait, are you saying that everything that Q said or whatever that right-wing media said was wrong? What? Those blinders came off, and they realized they were willingly going along with a gigantic scam. But for many of them, unfortunately, they did not have that realization. It actually ended up doubling down their belief systems. Now, there's also another component to this, of course, is the fact that most of these people are white, upper middle class Republicans. You had small business owners, CEOs, so wealthy right-wing personalities, live streaming. You had off-duty police officers. You even had a lot of members of the ex-military, militiamen. These people were not working class. They were not hurting financially from a lack of stimulus checks, okay? And because of that position and the fact that they do have privilege, they think that they're immune to the consequences of their actions. That's what that is, all right? And so, and after all, in their world, why should they be? No, they're the heroes of their own story. And anything that happens to them is just part of their story arc. And then eventually they'll get to a point of where they are triumphant against the evil. And that's what that is. Any moment QAnon and Trump are going to come back and they're going to win this thing. It is a total and complete delusion. They don't live reality. And I don't know if we're going to ever be able to drag them back out. With people like her, too far gone. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.